Hello, good afternoon, everybody. We are on the other side of the world today, but we'll be flying from Osaka to Seoul and trying out the Airbus A330-300. They're just the default, which I haven't flown in a long time, so anything can happen today. See you in about 5-10 minutes. Enjoy some fingers and noses. Good afternoon. This is Nate. Thank you for tuning into my stream, Twitch, YouTube stream, Nate Flies, where I try to improve in Flight Simulator. And today we are in XP12, and I am going to be flying the BIG Airbus, the default Laminar A330-300, and there's going to be a lot of this today. Winging it. Alright. That is some King Gizzard and a Wizard. Thank you, Giz. So, in the very pretty Korean Air, I hate their new livery. I love this one. So yeah, thank you for popping in. My name is Nate. I'm just some guy. I started getting back into flight simming during the pandemic when I was getting all stir crazy and I was missing traveling and being outside in a general sense. And flight sim was a good release for that. And I, like everyone else, just did Death Star runs through the Grand Canyon most of the time. But then I've always had an interest in aviation, so I started to, and I've always loved these big jetliners, and this is a big one. This is the biggest one we've flown, in a while at least. And yeah, just like everything else, I jumped on YouTube, started learning from real life pilots. If anyone watching this, you want to learn this, Black Box 711 is a fantastic stream. And yeah, and then I've just really enjoyed it. Got to meet a lot of people all around the world. Really enjoy Flight Sim community and VATSIM, which is a big online global network for flight simmers. And yeah, the whole idea with the stream was when you're, if you can imagine it, these are complicated. There's lots of buttons and switches and yeah. So the problem is when you first start doing this, how do you even know what the hell you're doing wrong? So I was messing up a lot of stuff when I was flying, and so what I ended up doing was I downloaded OBS, because one of my other favorite streams, which has nothing to do with flight sim, the Watch Restoration channel, was saying how when you have certain kinds of hobbies, if you record yourself, then you can look back, watch back, see what's going on, what you're messing up. And so I started doing that, and it was really illuminating, and I think it's really helped me in my flight simming. So yeah, and then I just started talking. I like talking to people, so if I can play video games, if I can simulate flight while talking with people, and especially if you're interested in flight sim or you know what you're doing in flight sim, and telling me what I do wrong, I'm here for that. Unlike everyone else, I am totally here for that. Otherwise, this stream we just hang out and relax, and we take it very seriously. For instance, so seriously that I have not taken off or landed in this plane in months. So, yeah. But I'm just starting to get into the Airbus again. So let's do some things. So here we are. We are in Japan. We are in Osaka. And this is a IRL flight. We are going from Osaka with a really interesting departure. We'll see what the add-on can do. That's the other thing. So this is a good add-on, but it is the default. So for someone like me, A to B, it's probably going to be okay, but we can really hurt ourselves. With there could be glitches and stuff that we won't know, and so we'll just play it by ear here. But we're gonna fly across the what is the Sea of Japan? The Strait have a name? The Korean Strait, or the Japanese Strait? Korean Japanese Strait. And we're going to go to Seoul. And yeah, the reason I'm doing it is because this is I can only handle about 2 hours of flight time. So that's or really block time. That's what we're up to today. And I haven't flown over I haven't loaded all my Asia sceneries and stuff yet, so that's the other part of this stream. So this again, usual test stream. And I am, by the way, I am a Koreaphile, I guess. Big K-drama guy. Thanks to my wife. And yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about K-dramas in the flight today. So with that said, let's get this aircraft going. So that's our flight. I've got our charts and everything ready. So I've already set the weights in here. So my thing, I should have just set it to kilograms. This aircraft doesn't have you can't, I'm pretty sure you can't tell it to display things in pounds, but we're okay. But let's see, what we're gonna do first is look around the aircraft, see if I've done only a couple things, which is turn on the one thing about this, when you the lights, maybe on stream it looks okay. They're very bright. So we're gonna have to, this is new, I turned on the power. I've done that. We've got external power on, and I think Airbuses are all the same, so that's our hope. Because I haven't, again, not flown this in a while. So let's go ahead and arm the emergency lights. Yep, I'm not allowed to let people smoke. Let's seatbelt lights on. I am going to flip our nav and logo light on as we get started. I have already lined up the nav, IRS, and otherwise this is a lot like we've been flying the towless A319, which I have a lot of fun with. And so, you know, this thing is just much bigger. Well, let's jump down into the computer. And hopefully this stuff works. Again, this is the default, so let's see how the nav data is and all that. So here we are. Where are we going? We are in Osaka. So it is Romeo Get Oscar. We are going to Romeo Kilo. Oh. I've got all my WinWing stuff, and I'm using SimApp Pro today. And I'm just curious to see how it plays with everything. I think I have all my controls set up reasonably. Okay. So we are Alpha Lima, Korean Airlines. Is it Korean Air? Korean Airlines, I'll have to read on the outside. Airlines, I think. And we are 46. There's our flight number. And today we are going up to flight level 380. And the temperature up there at top of climb. It's a pretty short flight. World Cup is on later. Want to get into that. I've got some plans. So I'm negative 31 up there. There's the cruise. So we're gonna have to do some converting here. Yeah, because it is in kilograms. Always difficult. I could have done that first. Okay. Pounds. I shouldn't. I just ripped off my chart, as usual. Do it. So let me get some calculations going here. So is our zero fuel weight actually? Well, let's do our block fuel was. Well, we have it here. Fuel. We have. Block fuel. Six. Okay. Our zero fuel weight. That's so heavy, but I really don't think. Ground weight. Oh, actually, so. Oh, that's a zero fuel weight center of gravity. So let me just confirm some calculations. So if we have 175 kilograms pounds, 8, 5. Yeah, all right. So our takeoff weight is right about there, 386. Perfect. So it looks correct. So I assume I put in the ground weight here as the zero fuel weight. All I have is a ground weight. Okay. Yes. Oh man. An American having to use metric. I want to be. Don't get me wrong. I just, they don't, not a thing for us. I'm sorry. Oh, holy crap. All right, we did that. Perf. In it. Okay, so we did perf. I don't know if this thing is going to give us what kind of predictions, but let's go to our flight plan. And this is the part that's also going to be a little weird. SimBrief gave us some like very weird thing that looked not much like it should. So our departure today from Osaka is 3-2 left. And there's some neat, really it should be this Tiger 2 with the Navigraph charts. Like I said, it gave us kind of an odd flight plan. And there is this interesting like eastbound looping thing, but the Tiger approach looks cooler over the water. So that's what we're going to do. But it wants us Tonby. So let's look at these Tiger chart real quick. And then we can so standard instrument of departure, Tiger, Doggy. So let's do this Doggy transition on the Tiger 2. So insert temporary. Did this. And down. So after Asagi, let's see if I start doing some of this. Yeah, I realize now, I don't know if you can import flight plans and etc. When we're on our flight plan. Actually, maybe Bummer is the better one. Departure, left, Tiger 2, Bummer. Enter temporary. Now, if I do Bummer, that next waypoint, let's see. Now we will actually try to do our thing here. So where is yeah. I'm just gonna enter temporary here just to go look down in our computer here. Again, lots of new stuff here. Not new, but have to make sure. So yeah, I figured some stuff was gonna look janky here. So if you want to see the actual chart for the Tiger 2 departure, looks something like this, but it's got this weird. It doesn't quite draw it in just right. So we'll deal with that when the time. It shouldn't be a big deal for us. Well, let me just see if this is looking sort of reasonable. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna finish putting the flight plan in. All right. So then next waypoint is. Oh. And oops. And from Kobke to Fogel. One thing I should is being dumb here. I don't aware on this aircraft that I can actually do like a flight plan. Is that the only? We got nothing to do. Or at least we do have something to do, but I think we have. Alright, so we went as far as Key. We'll do Upho. You can enjoy the lights and sounds. Flight simulator. I'm doing this. I know it's very exciting. Upho Basin. Install, and then Gukdo is actually the pretty sure actual we want. So Echo November Sierra Alpha. And go Gukdo. Go destination are going to be today the two right. ILS 32 right. And I want the even though we're doing something different than what it says on here because it's pretty sure it's this. Again, I think that's right. Yeah, it was just making us do some weird stuff. Gukdo Bumsy. Later. All right, now let's look at our actual flight plan. Up there. All right, flight plan. Here we are. We're gonna take off. We're making a left turn, intercepting, flying over the water, going there. Bummer, Tonbi, Mihu, Ogul, Mofo, Essam. Go. All right, boom, boom, boom. Yes, did it. Engine up, or go around. All right, boom. Whew. Holy crap! All right, flight plan done. Performance. We will use what SimBrief tells us. Now this is another scary thing here. There's no performance calculator in here, so we just have to trust this and hope. Isn't that always what you want to hear? All right, so V1 speeds. Well, first our flex temp today. Well, let's just do the V. So 53 is our flex. Speeds look like 129 V1. That's when we have to decide to hit the brakes or go. VR is the same. And then V2 is 138. We are in a different country, so I'm gonna have to figure out what the transition is and stuff. It's not like the US. And we're going to be doing flaps 1 today. And what does it tell us about our trim? Flaps 1. So we're going to be winging it. So let's look up sort of if we have a 30 later somewhere. Was in the ass. This is a very, what a terrible stream. Uh, this sucks. QNH, our airports. Again, with these add-ons, I always, you know, it's like, what are they doing? There is is 240 runway length, right? Yeah. Okay, we have something somewhat reasonable here, I think. Performance. Alright. Jesus. Oh, that was the whole thing. Okay, arc. So what we're going to be doing is this Tiger, Archer, Tiger 2. Alright, let's see. Instructions. Climb runway heading. Tiger 2, 500 above, turn left within 4 nautical miles from the runway, and then cross. So we will just be doing that. That VOR is plugged in. I'm almost positive here. Yep, ITE. So that's that's what we'll be doing. This little bad boy, and then we'll loop over to Tiger. We want to be above 6,000. So let's put that as our first. And it says fly runway heading, so that's why we have that here. And okay, that is looking good. Co-pilot, you have flight plan, engine. Okay, so doors are all closed. Let's start doing some other things. So, APU. APU. On the stream, we like looking up backsides of airplanes. The auxiliary power unit is another engine. Little guy. Smaller. Not little. Relative. But it'll supply pressurized air and electricity to the aircraft once we get off ground power. Sucks in there. Man, it is, the scenery is nice besides these kind of low clouds. Okay. So, APU avail. So let's go APU bleed air on. Need the window heats on. Don't think we need anti-ice today. Go ahead and flip our beacon on. Going on over here. So this all looks right. So if I should be able to turn off external power. If everything crashes, then we'll just stream another day. Turn to flight director. Okay. External power. Alright. Excelente. So we want flight ground handling window. Let's detach jetway. Let's remove chocks. Oh boy, things are happening. We're getting close to starting flying an aircraft. Oh, I'm gonna have to do the QNH. I don't think it's synced. 013. All good. Alright. Do checklists. It'll be a little sloppy. Alright, well, there would be oxygen there somewhere. Our parking brake is on. All of our radar stuff is off. I guess I should lock out. Clicking. Alright, locked. Cool. Alright, so the other fun thing will be to see what how my button bindings. I think everything is working though. Alright. Close. Checklist, all my switches and knobs. Looking okay. Again, first time I've flown this thing in a minute. Alright, so cockpit prep is all good. I think. Ready. Airport. Going over my I like actually have. Alright. Before we start, checklist. Let's do it. Alright, windows and doors are closed and locked. The APU is on. The APU bleeder is on. I do have the MCP set up. Flight plan looked good. If we were on VATSIM, which we're not today, we'd kill ourselves. Go on. Walk 2000 of rayon. On. Alright, seatbelts are on. Fuel pumps would be nice. Get some fuel going. Lots of fuel. Alright, I checked our amounts. Everything's looking good. Let's go to engine. And let's request pushback. Better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright. We'll fix the trim and rolls in. Toilet occupied. Yeah, I like the old Korean Air liveries. The new one kind of lost all its character.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
And the other thing too, these are Rolls-Royce engines. I guess in real life they don't, but that's just this add-on doesn't have. I didn't want to mess around with that. There's a mod that I can get the real deal engines. All right, we are connecting. We're almost ready to fly.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, I think we are about there. All right, looking good. Everything up here that I want. Lights accordingly. Built. All right, let's let this thing rip. Engine. Remove parking brake.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Okay, ignition to start. We have pressure. Temperature is looking okay. Let's start engine 2. Go. All right, so let's see. Does that look like a startup. Things are looking good, Avail. Alright, we started an engine. How about that? Let's start another one. Good one. Go. Not sure what our how our sound situation will be today. All these add-ons are kind of different in that regard.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay. Alright, we did stuff. Let this guy put us down. We can do our after takeoff close. Not that it matters too much. But back to norm. Arm that. We set a flaps 1 takeoff. All good. Check our flight controls. Pull up. Pull down. Pull left. Right. Rudder. Or right. Left. Neutral. Looks good. And, alright. Man, this trim makes me nervous.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Giving ourselves 2.5 up. Okay. Like I said, the performance calculator, we're just winging it big time here today with that. Alright, so here we are. 3-2 right. Or 3-2 left is our takeoff. 3-2 right is short, as I recall. Yeah. So let's see. Our taxi will be, we'll take Echo 3 to Alpha 1 to, geez, what did they do here? Bravo 4, Bravo 3. Everything's named different. Whiskey 1. That's what we're doing. Okay, we want max brake. Ding the cabin. APU bleed can come off. On some lights. Taxi light. APU can come off. Alright, cool. After start. So parking brake is on, engine mode selector was norm. APU is off, auto brakes are max. We've checked our flight controls. We did not set, we did set our flaps. Spoilers are armed. Pitch trim is set to something we hope works. And let's press our config button. Alright. Looking good. Let's figure out. Let's go. Let's taxi in. And I'm gonna do some stuff in this thing, like pile on the brakes and things like that, because the one issue I had with this when the first time I used it was very bouncy almost. All right, let's go. All right, nose wheel steering appears to be working. Big boy. But yeah, the one thing is, like, this kind of stuff when you turn the wheel left and right, a little awkward. This is a big boy. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the first like wide body we've flown in this in a minute. Definitely since I set up the new sim rig. Yeah, this is the only thing is the kind of weird taxi. Like, jumpiness. But we'll see. Oh, okay.
Approaching 3, 2, right.
Thank you, ass lady. Yeah, this is actually a flight that I'd like to do in real life one day. So I have family in Japan actually. And we always talk about going and visiting. But my wife and I also want to go to South Korea. You can see I've got the K Rama heart hand up there. We're big fans. It's strangest genre. It really is. But we have enjoyed it. Okay. Predictive wind shear on. Weather on. I think weather works. So the one thing we will watch, since we've got our distance here, we'll know when we're getting close to that DME for this takeoff. For the Tiger, where are you? So basically, once we pass over the DOR, that's when we'll do our turn. Right. Yeah. See, so we're gonna get some kind of awkward shit happening. Which is okay.
Approaching 3, 2, left.
Grooves on. Off. Line up and wait. Don't get too hasty.
On runway 3, 2, left.
Okay. So, we know what we're doing. We're flying. Final checklist here. Da-da-da. Don't need wing, beacon on, strobe, all that good stuff. That, I believe, is on. Do a takeoff. Alright, everyone's advised Brakes are okay. Engine mode selector is good. Packs we are keeping on. Weather radar, predicted wind shears, auto, TCAS, ARA. I turned it on earlier, as I recall. And you have some light. All right. Here we go.
On runway 32 left. On
Thank you.
runway 32 left.
You guys ready? I'm ready. Think. Parking brake is off. All right, let's go. All right, man, flex 53 SRS runway auto thrust blue. All right, there's 100 knots. P1. All those speeds felt wrong, for what it's worth. Alright, positive right nav, gear up. Start our turn. Cool. Alright. Thrust climb, climb. Point our nose down, we're getting a little... We need some speed here. Dangerous. Looks nice. Alright. Turn in, everything's looking good. A little more. Okay, flaps come up. Now here. Code. Correct. Okay. Nav. We're still hand flying. I'm just gonna kind of see how it feels. But yeah, it is kind of, it's this kind of, it's a strange feeling. Like however your head is set. This is what bothered me about this thing before. I'm gonna go ahead and turn those spoilers off. Is that it's kind of like a strange reactive thing. Whoops. On course a little bit here. Autopilot. Alt star. Back up. Okay. Idle. Alright, quick after takeoff checklist. I didn't start the chrono, as usual, so we'll start that. Brakes. Good. Engines. After takeoff. That's spoilers. Good. Ice. Buddy. Alright. Alright, let's climb. 80, push. And thrust climb. How aggressive do you get? Power. Alright, yeah. Nice. Alright, 14,000 is transition. Let's go ahead and turn those off. Turn those off. Turn those off. Okay, cool. We are flying Airbus. Yeah, it just feels so funky that. So the one thing I do have is I decided to install the old Headshake app, which is not on right now, but in X camera, I do have the G-loaded camera going, which I like. I like a little bit. It's just something is so weird about it. That's nice. Dirty ass windows. Immersion, but killing my view. Alright, I gave us one camera a little bit to the outside. Yeah, look, ooh. First class, we got roses and... Okay. We are flying. Things looking good. Get up, everyone. You can smoke. We're over. We got Nate flying today. We let everything go. So, are you wobbling? The nicety of nav, I feel like we are struggling with our flight director a little bit here. No, okay. I might have just made a little turn or something. Alright, cool. Alright, here comes 14,000. That's good enough for me. Let's go ahead. Full set standard. Go ahead and do this. Here. Standard. Everything looking nominal. All right. Where's which the one you want? That's groups. There we go. Nice. Yeah, and I think this was the other thing. I remember the trim. What is my actual trim? I guess it doesn't matter. I should look earlier when we're taking off. I'm gonna have to find the better flight calculator. This log. So I'm trying out flying over Asia for a map enhancement. I'm using the map box, I think it's called, which looked like it came recommended from someone, and then also, although I asked them more about China scenery than Japan, and Korea, but I think it looked like when I was reading about it, that one has decent map data, satellite data for X-plane. I want to like this aircraft. I really do. But what I'm going to see is that on that, especially when we're landing, it's just that thing with like your head. Adjust some things. X camera, pilot view. I do want to flip a little here. Switch down. See our stuff.
Camera is safe.
Yeah, I like sort of doing these kind of views. And I have my overhead, I got this guy, our other views. So this is our circle. This one. Inside. Good. Dirty. Need to clean this thing. This, my frames tank whenever you go back here. Turn off the screens, but in any case. Got some engine cams. And a drone. Alright, that does the trick. Alright, we are climbing. Once we get to cruise, I'm gonna adjust some button bindings. Oh, I should just get the data ref too. But I think our button will. So yeah, I'm just looking at behavior, see if I notice anything kind of awkward, but otherwise it's looking alright. Lighting is playing some games with us today. I want to look at the ground. Our city's coming up. Pretty darn nice, I'm gonna have to say. Clouds are happening. What's the SAT? So, engine anti-ice will be needed, I believe. Standard. Is it always an orange box for standard? Or is it? Yeah, it must be. Yeah, really, I should at least co-pilot with it. Weather just doesn't actually work in X-Plane at the current time, as I recall. Video doesn't work. Alright, otherwise it's an Airbus. Yeah, we're just gonna have a nice peaceful flight today. Need a little TV here for gay dramas. Yeah, this last night we started just as for a lark. This so pretty. It, so there are some really good K dramas and very bad K dramas, and they're all kind of bad in their in a sense, but they're a fascinating, very fascinating genre of show. And we started an action one that was about, it's hilarious. I guess if you can learn anything from K-dramas, it looks like school, primary school does seem to really suck in Korea, or they always make it out to look so terrible. But it's basically a show where this man, former like army guy, his wife gets killed by a student, and it's a great vigilante style, sanctioned vigilante style show where they send him, each episode it's like a monster of the week, but it's a high school of the week, and they send him to a he's part of like this secret, they're not secret, they're actually, that's the whole thing that's funny, it's like this new government initiative, and he goes to these schools and he just beats the hell out of minors who are the bad South Korean kids, and it is so stupid, but it is hilarious. So if you ever had bullying growing up, or you just like watch bullies getting beat up, I can highly recommend. I think it's called Teach You a Lesson too. It's a ridiculous show. However, K-dramas are actually pretty intriguing shows if you find the right ones. And my new rule now is that, so that's a new one. That's just like a I can watch it or not kind of one. But I only want to watch the old ones. So here's one thing good about K-dramas from the start: they're all limited series, so they end, which is great. On the other hand, they're usually like 16 to 20 episodes, and they're all over an hour long. So you're watching like probably like 20 hours worth of television to get through them. And they are just so they're soap operas. But they come in all shapes and sizes, and so you can find. So, for instance, I am a baseball fan. There's one called Hot Stove League, which is about a Korean, like not professional soccer team, baseball team, and you think maybe it's got a Ted Lasso kind of thing going on, but as usual, the Korean character archetypes are in play, and so they've got like this, down on his luck coach. All right, clouds are coming. I think we need it. Into ice. Okay. And yeah, he like, he's gonna turn the team around, but he's the GM, so you follow the GM. So it's lots of like player trading and this sort of stuff. Another ridiculous K-drama, but they're all basically rom-coms. Fundamentally, deep down, pretty much every K-drama is a rom-com. So you have to have somewhat of a soft heart to enjoy the K-dramas. Although some of the sci-fi action ones are not necessarily, but they all have this very particular style. They're just the funniest genre of show. They like, they combine so many different genres that anything can happen. Like in the middle of a K-drama that's just about whatever it happens to be about. A serial killer. There's going to be like a serial killer arc at some point. Or some sort of very intense arc like that. Someone's going to get real sick. So they do all these, like, it's very tropey. I mean, every trope you can imagine from across. So that's what I think why they're kind of cool, is that they essentially bombard you with every trope in TV and really in narrative as such. And they cheat so much too. They'll often not the best storytellers because they just want to surprise you. So they'll do some cheap shit, but it's on brand for the genre. Nice sunglasses. So yeah, that's why we're in a Korean area. That's why we're heading to Seoul today. And because this is, I was trying to look up some A330-300 routes, and it seems like, so Korean, there's a lot in China, and Korean Air flies a bunch, but the thing is, and so Delta is the major operator in the US, but all the Delta stuff is, at least when I was looking, it's all pretty long range kind of thing. And this is only a, you know, I'm probably going to have to start, oh yeah, I mean, I should be thinking about descent and things like that. Are you going to give me enter desk data yet? Let's do some of this stuff. Perf. Time. Days. Descent. So, we are not going back to Osaka. That's Tiger. Okay. So, we are close to top of descent here, so alright, there's top of climb. Oh, we still got a little. Okay. I forgot my symbology. That's the top of climb. But I mean, okay, 160. Either way, I should start familiarizing myself with things, because this is it has to be above flight level 160 transition. Is there a standard transition? It looks like 14 flight level 140, 14,000. So pascals. Okay. Oh yeah, so this is my favorite thing about flying into this airport. Look at this. If an aircraft is seen flying towards RKP-73 without proper clearance, a tracer warning shot will be fired. If the aircraft continues into Romeo Kilo Papa 73, it will be shot down without further warning. An exception to this will be civilian aircraft which has been identified as friendly. So when you're flying into the airport, I mean, a couple of cool things. So here's the actual airport. This is sort of like downtown Seoul. So I just don't think they want you flying over there. So that is Romeo Kilo Papa. So if you fly in there, you die. Well, they shoot a tracer at you, and then you die. But you know, we're going to be close to that. But also interesting is, do not fly north of Yankee Juliet uniform VOR, because, well, you know why. North Korea is just right up here. And so you avoid penetration of all these spaces here. If we go to our maps. Although it's probably better in... Navigraph hasn't been cooperating with me today. I updated it twice, but it never actually updated. I'm going to show you the new livery. Oh, I mean, we can just... oh, here's the extra livery. And just not. You know, I like their logo. I'm not a big fan of the new livery. Very basic. I like this one. I mean, I guess it's more modern looking, right? That's the whole move. So yeah, that. I don't know. At some point I need to look into that mod too, because I am curious about, it sounds like people like it, and it has, you can have the Pratt & Whitney engines on here instead of the Rolls-Royce, and then at least this would be real. So yeah, so this is just the default, aircraft. But I'm pretty sure the full ATSI menu. Ah, here's where I can do all this. I should have done that. So I should set up all this kind of stuff. But I'm pretty sure this is, you know, flyable on VATSIM and the like. Doing some cloud surfing. Pretty. Oh, boo. But I have something. Oh yeah, I don't want any mouse position, so I can move it. Yeah. All right. Never mind. The graphics are pretty good in this one, I will say. Maybe I'm just used to the TOLUS, not the prettiest, but it does look good. It does have this weird feel to it, so I'm real curious about how this landing is going to go. All right, now we should actually be doing something. Yeah. So, airport. Here we go. So, the QNH there, let's refresh. 1010. And 10. .82. Oh, weird. That is curious. It's 25 degrees. The wind is 270. For us. Glad I don't have to land this thing. In windy conditions. And we are looking today at pretty good glide slope. 242. Full. Okay. Alright, so this is, we did that. We are landing 3-2 right. We've got a long runway, and I want to use all of it, so we're just going to do an auto brake low. I keep engine and anti-ice on for now. No harm, no foul. Grog. Alright, cool. Otherwise, briefing wise, we will just be coming to this Gukdo, and we want to be above 160, and then we'll just, it kind of gives us a little jog around. We'll do that just so we can intercept the ILS that way. 8,000 at Bumsy, and then, is it vectors? Bumsy. Go back. So let's look at our flight plan. Okay, so it is just taking us right to the man, this is a messy start. So they must be okay, so these are these pseudo waypoints. Not pseudo, but here they are. 38 34 Bumsy 20. Okay. Yeah, so we got the transition in. Everything's looking good. Speeds. Max 230 at here. There. So we're coming in a little hot. But it looks like we have some of the restrictions. Alright, all good. So I don't want it to be... Plug in. Okay. Level cam, external cam, axis input, we do want retain mouse. Oh, I want to enable temporary position. Oh, I need enable temporary on all these. So I look down, yeah. Enable temporary. Aha. Alright. those are all good. So I like to be able to use these to look around. Drone. Alright. I didn't save.
Camera is saved.
Did it actually do these?
Camera is saved.
Great. Really don't need. Alright, descent is coming up 80 miles. The good genre of K-drama to get in on are the period pieces too, because those can be pretty fun and they're funny. And you got action. Where are my limits? Oh, here. Yeah, slightly familiar. 240, 250. I mean, I'll see it on my tape, but fine. Okay. Right, so there are others. Here. Otherwise, this is an Airbus. Looks as expected. I think it looks better on OBS. This stuff has a lot of the lights up top here. Oops. Can be very bright on my screen, but they look good on OBS. Man, I got baseball coming. And World Cup. 4 o'clock? Alright, I'm glad I got to get this flight in though. I want to like this aircraft so much. Then it will be fun to fly a big Airbus around, but let's see what this landing is going to look like. 0.7, hopefully. We'll check that when we get closer. Just haven't picked it up yet. I mean, we're far away still. Haven't even descended yet. Alright. Korea. We see you. And long gone. I guess not long gone because it's not too far. I would jump. Okay, cool. Yeah, I recognize some of these because in the show, they'll go traveling and they make fun of people from other cities. You know, usually in every one, for some reason, someone will have to go out to the beach or, you know, a trip, and they'll take, and somehow the will they, won't they romance will, you know, they'll have to end up going together for work or something. And they might almost kiss. And it's very exciting. That's the other funny thing. It's these shows, I mean, they know what they're doing. It's such a tease on purpose. But the shows are a riot. I've come to really enjoy them. I mean, they're designed to make you like them because they're soap operas. Okay, so about 40 miles till top of descent. So our first restriction we care about. Remember, we do not want to fly RK-75. What's that one? 73. Feels like 75 is like right on the ILS path. Yeah, this is one of my favorite chart notes. You know, beware of wild dogs on the runway. That's a good one. I like beware of black hole effect or something like that. That one is really cool. Which is a thing. But it sounds like it's going to be... I guess that's... Yeah. A little bit blurry screens, but they look actually okay. I mean, I'm happy overall with how this is. Let's think. Alright. 160 is what we care about, so we want to be above and then down to 8. So, and then how quickly do we need to get down? MOBAC is how far from Clumsy? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-ish. And we'll need to lose 4,000 feet max, minimum height 4,000. Alright, so we should be okay. Alright, let's go ahead and roll this bad boy down. And we'll go ahead and start our descent. Push. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch out for this. On my wind wing, it says, alright, here comes descent, alt, magenta. Yep, there's our restriction. So the other thing I'm doing is SimMap Pro to see what's going on, and I remember this messed me up one time when I was flying it, was when I looked up at my wind wing panel out here in the world, it was showing that I was on a managed mode with the dot, but I actually wasn't. And that did screw me at least one flight. Okay, we can do a checklist descent. So we did our landing performance and switch guest. Hello. Hello. Anti-ice as required. Hazy, but it is cold. Too cold. I actually looks like we'll be okay. We don't need to worry about the icing. Transition is 14 something, and we'll do all the lights and seatbelts when we change it, or when we do transition. Oh, did I? Is this some goo winds? Oh, okay, I already did. I might have loaded them when I first started. Alright, down we go. Ooh, I'm gonna click this. So I don't want to mess around with the secondary flight plan. We're not gonna be using it anyway, but I'm too scared. I don't know like what the bugs are in this add-on. You know, there's certain things you should not touch in some add-ons. We're gonna take it easy. Where's Jirus? Ooh, holy cow. Where is Jirus-san? That is a K-drama about park rangers. And that has a serial killer arc. This asshole goes around leaving poisoned yogurt drinks. And as usual, there's a romance. And, you know, like I said, it's everything. Rom-com, action, drama, suspense, horror. We're watching an old one right now. That's like a very prototypical one. Her private life. She's a K-pop. She's like a museum curator. And some curator. And she but she is a fangirl, and that's her secret life. And it's a pretty ridiculous one too. Alright, thrust idle. We're going. So does this give us... I've got all this. These work. Yeah. One 0.71. Or 0.70. Alright, cool. So we got that at least. That on for us. Yeah, otherwise, we will just enjoy our descent. We started watching this one K-drama that had I had to turn it off. It was too unrealistic. No. Oh, does he really want a flat bottom engine? Huh. Stronggirl Onsun, or Namsun, which is like the, which we gave up on that one. It was too corny. And then, you know, the other thing too is you have to both, husband and wife have to agree that the protagonists are attractive. So that's the other thing. You need good-looking actors, and there's some actors who show up more and more, who are pretty good actors. So when you see certain people on the cast, you know, it's okay to get into that one. Not always okay, but at least you can give it a shot. Yeah. What I need to do for all my aircraft is reset my, actually set bindings. So I change yokes, or yoke and my, so I actually like using this, the Warthog, and I've got this really nice, I mean it was, you know, gift of sorts. From my flight mentor, and but the Warthog, it's I like it actually. It's kind of it's very tight compared to the Thrustmaster TCA Airbus stick that I have. Now that I'm using for the stream here because I need the hat switch. And really, I need to like wean myself off of the hat switch for certain things, but I do really like the Warthog. But now, when I changed over to this Airbus stick, I just cleared all the inputs, so none of the buttons are mapped except the main ones. Hey, Basin. It is hazy this morning. I just heard the strangest sound outside. Yeah, my apologies for anyone trying to be fully immersed. Korean Air uses Pratt Whitney as not Rolls Royce. Alright, we're getting there. Look at the weather. Good. Okay. That was interesting. Surprised it's... I'll have to see where... Oh... Someone, I thought they said all the screens are hard-coded. Maybe just the kilograms. Yeah. Anyway, minor. Easy. Yep. Alright, we're doing good. Warm up. Super hazy. Alright, here's this little sort of jog over that it does. Is we're gonna drag required because we're getting like, yeah, see, look, we're like plummeting Earth to get back to look at the pitch on this thing. Look at the speed. Let's help it out. Let's go speed brakes. We're like just within the band. Man, we are coming down like a bat out of hell. Alright, let's go 10-10. 10. Okay, Q&H is set. Brakes back in. Yeah, we were hauling ass.
Altimeter setting.
Thank you. Not too bad. I wish it was a little less hazy. So here we are. 250, 250, 250. Slow down to 230. I think I saw it in there. And 240. That should be 230. I'll open up the speed window. And the other thing too, this is the first time I've flown this in a while, so I'm just curious to see what how the VNAV actually works. If it manages to follow VNAV path, or if it's worth just doing level change and vertical speed and stuff. Alright, one thing I can do, let's get some lights on. Buckle up, assholes. Cigarettes out. What else do you do in Airbus? All these things? Review a checklist here. Yeah, this is all the expected stuff. So it claims we are on path. And we should start seeing a little hint of it. Our localizer indications coming in. Yeah, here we go. Make this turn here. Oop, the raise game started. Oh man, my second. Usually have my laptop set up with these other monitors so I can watch the game. It is off. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the speed window. Let's go down to 2. And 2000 is what we're looking. A little above path. Go ahead and do my rings. We are pretty quick here. Let's help us out. Break. Alright, 230 at Bumsy. See diamonds bouncing. So, I wonder if this thing captures glide slope before. Right, there's our restriction. Here comes the localizer. So, I'm going to on the localizer. Alright. Speed all constraint looks. Wanna be 210 or so. Alright, lock. Let's see how wobbly we get. And let's see how quickly we'll go approach mode. Glide slope. Holding 230. Alright, we are on our airport. See how Seoul looks. Ooh, actually, looking good. Goddamn haze. Alright, I think I can go speed brakes in now. So, I mean, you know, it follows the path. It's interesting that this I'm just messing with the speed to see. Very quick. Alright, speed brakes. Start slowing way down. Kind of a scary approach. Yeah, we need lots of braking. Because we want to be 230 right here. Decel point coming up. Approach mode is active. Man, so much speed brakes. Alright, I'm gonna put speed brakes in. Let's go. How far are we? 10 miles. Let's go flaps 1. That will help us slow down. No? Not really. What's flaps 2 speed? Speed brakes. Jeez. Alright, I'm actually going to gear down here. Hauling ass. Yes, I know. flaps. Got speed brake out. BRF 130.
Yeah.
Alright, let's keep going. More flaps. We are hauling ass, people. Okay, flaps full. One. V-brakes can come in now. Armed. Approach checklist. We're landing. Cabin cruise by EFIS. Flaps, spoilers, auto brakes. Engine selector mode is required. We are good. Go. Managed. Here's a runway. Let's see if our auto thrust button works.
1,000.
Okay. Does our little fast, I'm okay with. Pull back. There we go. That feels good. Go. Power.
Approaching. 3, 2, right.
Okay. And I can't get this. Pedal.
500.
Autopilot button doesn't work.
400.
So I just kind of wobbling around a little to see what it feels like. I know it's like
300.
it's just very insensitive.
200.
Yeah, it's just this
Minimum.
a weird bulliness.
100.
Yeah, feels so strange.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Don't know if I'm down or not. Alright, reversers. Okay, manual brakes. Get the reversers in. Alright, spoilers come in, flaps come in, we can get off here. Alright, we're in Seoul. Yeah, something about the, maybe when I fly this thing I just need to have the head shake off, because it's so awkward feeling. Alright, so we got fired. Approach speed was a little high. I'm going, not my fault. Yeah, the kind of this situation. Alright, let's come to a stop here real quick. Was his perch speed really that? I mean, that's not terrible. All right, let me clean up some stuff and look at the replay because it's really hard to tell where the ground was. Big boy. And by all right, let's taxi somewhere. But one thing I did want to see real quick is X camera, toggle control panel. All right, if we do stable G-loaded camera. Parking brake off. So no head bobbing. That's what it is with like. So how does head shake? If I go advanced, do I have to just go effect plugins, head shake? Head shake settings. Enable. I think that does it though. Maybe I should use Headshake for next time on this thing and see if that makes it feel less weird. So I don't bobble around as much. See, so here it is. No Headshake. Yeah, I think it's just the G-load camera is a little too hinky. So I might go just do head shake for all my for this aircraft. Might be a little more because that's my only gripe with it, is that it kind of just feels so weird. All right, let's park somewhere and watch a replay, and then get baseball on, get soccer on, excuse me, football on. Non-American football on. And yeah, I think that's the key. I just need to I'll set up the actual Headshake plugin instead. Off. This is a big boy. Okay, let's see. Can we see this? Yeah, that's us, A333. We are that. Like train sim, can you be perfect? That parking brake. That. All right. CPU bleed on. CPU available. Yep. Engines. People. Okay. Lights. Oops. Strobe got off. Come off. Alright. I think that's good enough for me there. Yeah, the head shake thing. I gotta fix that. That's the crucial change to make this aircraft more enjoyable. Otherwise it feels so weird. And the and when you pull up on the, it does nothing. Like I'm used to in Microsoft it's like very sensitive pitch, but not this bad boy. It was like you got a lot of nothing. Alright, so this is probably going to be a pretty ugly replay because it felt like I floated pretty good. And let's use this to look at how some of the views look. Although, I'm digging. It's looking good. You know, look, X-Plane doesn't have the photogrammetry. The other thing, too, I could not slow this thing down to save my life. We were like full speed brakes the whole time. Could have been a me thing, don't get me wrong. There's always that possibility. And it's usually a good possibility. Yeah, don't fly like here or you get shot out of the air. Or where is it? Here. So at least, oh, I'm curious. This thing probably shows you all the stuff, right? Okay, good, cool. Yeah, I was having trouble getting my speed set. Yeah, that's when just a bunch of, I guess I lost a bunch of speed there. I was trying to stay in. I don't know, approach speed's not that bad. I did get off center here. But I'm digging the scenery, not gonna lie. I mean, it looks a little shitty here, but so that's when I was testing that head bobbing thing. And it just felt so weird. It's like your head moves, but the plane doesn't move. I don't know how to describe it. It gives you a very strange feeling. So did I just... Oh, I did hit the ground. Oh. So that felt to me like I had floated. Oh, see, so that's with the head shake. Not with, because I'm pretty sure this thing now will, since I have head shake on, let's see something.
Too low, flaps.
When did I start? So here's where I started messing with stuff. No, a little further back. See when the stick starts waggling. Okay, autopilot's auto thrust. Thought was off by now. I think it's just showing it. So, if the head shake doesn't feel so janky right now, then I'll use the plug-in for this. But I'd like some. Alright, that feels so much better. Alright, just to show you what I'm talking about here. that I'm not crazy. X camera. Okay, come back with me here. Alright, watch it now. We're gonna do a little waggle. But see, head is like, okay. And I mean, I was waggling too much. A little off course there. Okay, so that feels so much different than, like, what I was having trouble doing was figuring out was the aircraft actually moving or not because of how my head was bobbling. So let's come back to the waggle. There's the waggle. Pause. Let's go X camera. Let's go none. Let's go G load camera here and see what happens. This actually does a thing.
Camera is saved.
Here comes the waggle. Yeah, I don't know. That is disorienting. This part, watch. That I was trying just to feel what the pitch felt like, and not much.
Too low. Flaps.
See how it like jerks?
Minimum.
That's what was going on there. This jerkiness. Oh. All right. The head shake. That's our lesson learned for today.
Camera is saved.
Okay. So we know what we're doing next time. Cursors. Otherwise, stopping it was all good. Replay. Probably gonna shut down. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. We did it. We're in Seoul. We're gonna go do. We're gonna go eat some food. Some tteokbokki and other Korean street foods. Well, I had a good time. Once we mess with our views a little bit more, I think this will be a more fun experience. Because that was the, yeah, it's just too jittery, the G-loaded camera, which is, the G-loaded camera is a lot better, I think, in the other add-ons, so we shall see. But in any case, thanks again. I will be back on like Monday and or Tuesday. But in the meantime, thank you again for joining me. We flew a big Airbus. We, you know, just to see what it felt like. That was a really kind of, you know, not very exciting flight. But we'll play around with this thing a little more, and once we get the controls set up a little better, so it's a little more reactive or non-reactive. We'll see. I like chicken. All right. See everybody later. Thanks for joining me.
are my banquet, puddles of my wine. A revel in the present, each moment a lifetime.